Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the North Strabane Township Community Update. Thanks for attending. Hope you're well. My name is Brian Schill, and I'm the Executive Director for the Peters Chamber, and facilitating with me today is Kelly Keene, our Operations Coordinator.
Good morning.
First, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Washington Financial Bank. You know, we couldn't do what we do without our sponsors, and Washington Financial has graciously underwritten all of our community updates, and we truly appreciate their support. And today we have Ryan Bates. Ryan, would you mind saying a few words?
Sure. Thanks, Brian. Good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone on the call was, or some of you at least, was also able to join us yesterday, where we heard from Paul Lauer of Peters Township and some of the interesting updates that he had to share. The bank's proud to partner with the Chamber to sponsor this series on municipal updates. Municipal banking is something that's important to us, and we love to hear what's going on in our communities and with our neighbors. So thanks for the opportunity, Brian. Thanks, Kelly. I know everybody here is here to listen to Andy's updates and not to me. So welcome, everyone, and thanks again.
Thanks, Ryan. Joining us today for the North Strabane Community Update is Township Manager Mr. Andy Walls and Fire Chief Mark Grimm. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Brian.
So our format today is pretty simple. We'll see their presentation, and then at the end we'll follow up with some Q&A. Just a couple things, excuse me, with some Zoom 101. We are being recorded, and we will put this on our YouTube for your viewing pleasure. At any time and point. So also, if you have a question today, and we hope we see a few of you do, please use the Q&A button rather than the chat. Again, that's the Q&A button. So that will make everything flow a little bit more smoothly. So at this point, Mr. Walls and Chief Grimm, take it away.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate the opportunity to speak with everybody this morning, and thanks to Ryan and the whole team over at Washington Financial for sponsoring this and giving us this opportunity. We appreciate it, certainly. You know, obviously, as we enter, you know, the first and end the first month of 2021, we kind of reflect back on everything about 2020, and I think the best thing I can say about North Strabane is that we were able to survive. We really work together as a group. We have a great administrative and management group here at the township that makes my job a lot easier. Together we were really able to work together to do that and keep moving forward. We are thankful to the Washington County Commissioners for some funding via the CARES Act that they received to help us in our endeavors, and as we stocked up on more PPE and anything, and that's an acronym I don't think anybody really even knew what it stood for about a year ago, but now everybody knows what PPE is, so thanks to them for assistance in that area. As we move forward, some of the bigger projects we have going on in North Strabane specifically for the township, the biggest project we have going on right now is we're building a third fire station in the 84 area. And Mark can talk a little bit more about why that's important and what it's going to do to the community. We broke ground on that last fall, so the fall of 2019. We were delayed a little bit, just like everybody else, when the shutdown orders came due to COVID, and that affected the construction industry. That shut us down for a few months, just like everybody else. We're back up and running. The project's been certainly behind schedule is part of that shutdown order and a few other things, but we do anticipate that being completed in August of 2021, or sometime in the fall. So we're hopeful that's completed on time. In conjunction with that, one of the things we're working on is whenever we borrowed money for that project, we also borrowed money to fund a new public safety facility on Route 19 where the existing fire station sits. So we have a plan to get that up and running and out to bid, hopefully once the substation is built, and then we'll begin construction on that facility that will house the township's, be the primary station for the fire department, as well as house the township's police department. So those designs are ongoing, and we're hopeful that we're going to be able to fund that and make it happen. so those are two big things. One of the other projects that's going on that I know Peters was here yesterday. One of the projects that's happening. It's not a township project, but it's a county project. Is the replacement of the bridge across Cannonsburg Lake on McDowell Lane. That's something that's going to happen. My understanding is from the county is that is hopeful to be completed this year over the summer. There will obviously be some detours in that area that'll go through and kind of jump over to West McMurray Road and some other areas, but we do think that that's going to be done this year. One of the exciting things that I'll say is the county, to help fund that project, applied for a multimodal grant via the Commonwealth. And we also have a similar grant that's going through the process right now for that entire corridor. We know McDowell Lane, I think when my predecessor started here in the early 90s, he told me that was a dirt road. Obviously, that's not a dirt road right now. There's a number of developments that are going on over there. We have Presbyterian Senior Care building Encore on the lake. We have a few housing plans being developed, some apartment complexes, some multifamily developments going on over there. And the developers of each of those have agreed to provide some traffic impact fees that will be collected by the township as those homes are constructed. So the township last year, the supervisors authorized us to apply for a multimodal grant to kind of go in and expand that road, fix some of the icing issues that we have, as well as it's a multimodal grant, so that make it more walkable, maybe do some interconnectivity between the existing housing plans over there. And we're hopeful that we're going to be able to receive that grant. So the plan would be to hopefully have that road repaved and kind of reconstructed in 2022 as part of the township's paving plan, in conjunction with that funding from the Commonwealth. Obviously the opportune time to do that would be, well, the bridge is out. It's not realistic, just given that there are 4 or 5 housing developments going on at the same time with all the construction equipment and everything, plus that being a detour. I think that would create a major traffic headache. But we are hopeful that we're going to be able to do that next year in 2022. Again, I mentioned a lot of new developments going on there on McDowell. We do have Encore on the Lake, which is Presbyterian Senior Care. We have Laurel Landing going on over there. We also have just throughout the whole township, we have various housing plans going on right now. We've got a housing plan under development here along 519 called Autumn Ponds. Out in the 84 area, we have Creekside Crossing, which is a planned residential development. Phase 2 is just started out that way. There's an approved plan called Forest View Conservation Subdivision that would kind of sit in what is now the woods in an area off of 19, kind of between the Summerbrook development and Fox Ridge. Greenwood Village plan development is an area off of Weavertown Road, kind of the expansion of an existing multifamily development there that's been approved. It's a multifamily plan, and I know that the model home is under construction for that as we speak. Mentioned Lakeview Village is on McDowell Lane. That's the site of the old driving range. That'll be a multifamily development. Laurel Landing is also on McDowell Lane. That's going to be multifamily as well, single family homes. Legacy Park plan development is here right next to the township building. You can see it from our park. It's a nice multifamily development going on right now. Magnolia Ridge is a plan over, you can see from 519 down by Cannonsburg Hospital. It's a Miranda plan. It's been under development for quite some time, and they're ending up phase 2 right now. Oak Grove and Walnut Grove are two developments have been approved. There's no builders right now. Those are kind of out in the Waterdam or Thomas Road Waterdam area, where those two roads intersect out toward past McMurray. Scenic Valleys and multifamily development kind of up towards the Indian Ridge development across the street from that, also on McDowell Lane. Traditions of America is an age-restricted community that's been approved. That's going to sit on the site of the old par 3 golf course off of Route 19. There's, in addition to that, we have some commercial things going on down, you would think it's Cannonsburg, it's not, it's North Strabane. There's the old car wash there as you come down Weavertown Road. That's in North Strabane Township. That should be opening here within the next few months. There was a new gas well approved, the Guyton well here going out towards the 84 area. There's a medical marijuana facility that was opened and approved down in the Saliva Wellness down off of Racetrack Road. And there was out, if you go out towards West McMurray Road, the Tuscan Spa and Salon, which is the old Moranti's restaurant, is going on right now. And finally, we do have Cannon Mac is building a new middle school kind of on 519 across the street from the hospital. So those are kind of the major developments, which are obviously quite a few, both commercial and residential going on in North Strabane right now. So that keeps everybody busy. And then kind of last year, we struggled like everybody else. We weren't able to do all of the great events that our Parks Board puts on a regular basis. So they do a full schedule set up for 2021, starting actually this Friday. We were able to partner with Vitalent to put on a blood drive here at the Township Building. So if you're interested in giving blood this Friday, you can actually log on to the Township website at northstrabanetwp.com and sign up and get a spot to give some blood. One of the nice things about that is part of that, they'll actually run the antibody test to see if you have the antibodies for COVID-19 as part of giving blood. In February, we're going to do a dance with your daughter. In March, we'll have our Easter egg hunt. That's for North Strabane residents only. In May, we're hoping to do a partner with the fire department to do a 5K. In June, we'll start our movie in the park series. So we'll do one of those in June. July, we'll do another movie in the park and do our very popular Touch a Truck event. That'll be July 24th. In August 7th is our big event of the year. It's our community day. We always thank our community sponsors and supporters for that. That's always a nice event. August 21st, we'll do our fishing derby at Cannonsburg Lake. In September, on the 12th, we'll do a car cruise at the park. And then in October, we'll do a hayride on October 2nd. In October, either on the 16th or the 23rd, this is still under consideration, we'll do our trunk or treat event, which is also always very popular. November 6th, we'll do a nice bingo event. And then December 4th, we'll close up the year hopefully with a breakfast with Santa. So in addition to that, the park is open. On February 1st, we start our resident rates. People can log on to our website and make pavilion and ball field rentals if they're a resident. And then on February 5th, non-residents are able to do pavilion rentals and ball fields. So those are really the big things going on in North Strabane as we speak. The one project that finished up last year was the kind of Route 519 project over here that the PennDOT's been working on near the Route 70 interchange. It got us a new intersection at the Route 19 ramps with a new traffic light, which seems to be flowing really, really well. And we're excited for that. So with that, I'll turn it over to Chief Grimm.
Thanks, Andy. Good morning. I'd like to thank the Chamber, Brian, Kelly, and Ryan for hosting us. And like we discussed, I think last year with the COVID, it's pretty much changed everyone's lives, especially fire department and our operations. We've done very well. We've had minor cases within the department of the virus, but our daily operations have changed dramatically. Call response, our station cleaning, and just our personnel. We're trying to follow all the guidelines and work well to provide the service that we continue to provide. So with that, as Andy alluded to, the CARES Act, to date we've received just under $50,000 from the state and the county for some CARES money, which some of it's for the career side and the volunteers. So we continue to look for grants. We're looking for funding because our number one goal at the end of the day is to provide the service we provide. So we'll continue to monitor with the COVID. Our main concern and objective right now is to try to get all of our department personnel the vaccine. We have 49 members, and right now I think we have 80% that want it. We've already started, our career staff is just about finishing up their second dose, and a lot of our volunteers are going through the process as well. So, you know, we're thankful that we've been working with Canonsburg Hospital and Peters Township Fire Department that also hosted one. So, you know, we're trying to do everything we can to keep our personnel safe so we can provide to our residents. Looking on the horizon, we just completed our 5-year plan that took effect this year. As Andy talked about, the fire stations, the 84 area is one of our growing areas with housing. So, you know, trying to keep up with our ISO rating that's as a 3, we definitely need a station out there. So we're extremely excited to have that. That's going to it's going to help operations, but in the interim, when we move to take down the Route 19 station, it's also going to affect us a little bit because our response time is going to be lengthened. But we're extremely happy that we have a mutual aid agreement with Peters Township that both departments respond together. So once we get closer, we'll be having a few town hall meetings, sending out some letters to the residents to explain that if they call for an emergency, you may get a Peters Township or another mutual aid unit first, but we will be responding. But it's just one of the setbacks that we're going to face as we move forward to make our end goal where we need to be. We're also looking at our 5-year plan. We're studying our EMS to see if you know, down the road, if the fire department will take that. We're looking at you know, as the township grows with multiple construction projects, we too are always growing as well when we're trying to adjust and keep up with the fast pace of the township. We really appreciate our mutual aid partners. I think that everyone in this area is having a growth explosion. So we're fortunate to have what we have with that. Some of the things for 2020, we continue to aggressively work with our volunteers on recruitment and retention. We're averaging about 6 new members a year. So I think we're kind of ahead of the bar with a lot of other departments. We just had 5 of our newer volunteers just got their certification for firefighter 1, and we have 2 for the firefighter 2. So again, all these certifications help us when we're applying for grants. It's one of the things the state wants. They want to see that you're certified, and we continue to hold a gold rating through the state and our ISO ratings of 3. So we're extremely proud where we're at currently. And like I say, we embrace the challenge that's coming for our township. But you know, let's just try to get through the COVID, and we'll hopefully get back to normal. Brian?
Thanks, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. Just a couple things that I wanted to touch on. First of all, lots of residential. Wow, that's incredible. And the other thing is the full slate of activities. Obviously, the one that I have to mention that I love the best is Community Day. So it's good to see that at least it's you know, it's still ongoing. Have we thought about any of this related to COVID? And any other words you might say on, especially that Community Day?
Yeah, I think the thing that I can say about that is, you know, it's kind of what we did last year. We planned to do it until we couldn't do it, right? So you know, we have a great group of volunteers on our Parks Board that help and support our Parks and Recreation Director, Matt Cunningham. Lisa Sheehan, who's the chairwoman of that committee, is outstanding. And they do a great job, and you know, they really just plan for every certainty. And basically, you know, we kind of say, she calls me and says, okay, can we really do this? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, like at this point we can't do it. So they do a great job. You know, obviously if COVID is still rampant and it's not safe to do any of those events, we're not going to put anybody in danger, right? You know, we're hopeful I mean, everything is planned as best it can be. And, you know, the worst part of the job is saying we can't do this for our residents, because we want to be able to do everything we can to give everybody a great experience to live in North Strabane. Right, I do want to touch on one thing real quick that I did not mention. It was kind of our paving program that the board approved last night to take out the bid. We are hopeful in 2021 that our paving program is going to cost right around $1 million, and we're hoping to pave Latimer Avenue, Wiley Avenue Rear, Wiley Avenue, Boone Avenue, Acme Avenue, Vista Hill Road, McGregor Drive, Dundee Drive, Anderson Drive, Mosier Road, and Gallia Road. And I saw a question kind of pop up in the Q&A about Gallia Road specifically. The portion of Gallia Road that's owned by the township is the portion that is from Linden Creek to the township line with Peters Township, which is right around where the entrance of the golf course is. So unfortunately, the part of Gallia Road that is near the Guardian self-storage is actually a PennDOT road, and I don't know that they have any plans to pave that this year. We've expressed to them on numerous occasions that road certainly needs some work, but I don't know the answer to that right now.
Thank you. Just another quick note, with Community Day, I have reached out to Lisa. If there's anything that you need from us, we'd be happy to, lend our help and expertise, and because that's usually one of the events that I try never to miss. So it's always a great event.
Yeah.
Have you guys considered anything or been approached by anyone about vaccine deployment for the public?
Mark, I'll let you handle
that. We have had we've had calls into the station. I have had conversations with Washington County Department of Public Safety and Canonsburg Hospital. We are looking at a few sites in the township that we may offer if they want to do a clinic. I think the issue right now is it just seems like really nobody is kind of on the same page, and I think everybody's waiting for the vaccine. So I know that from the township we are prepared. We're willing to help any way we can, but right now we're just kind of in a holding pattern to see what comes up.
Thanks. Kelly, what do you have over there for Q&A?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Andy, for addressing the question about the paving from Galley to Route 19. But I do have another question that came up. Any update regarding the landslide of Majestic Hills?
Yeah, so I mean that's in quite a bit of court battles right now. So I can't get too deep. I can say that the township, when that happened back in 2018, we've spent almost spent quite a bit of money removing the dirt over there, obviously, and then constructing the wall to ensure that hill stopped moving. Unfortunately, we did have to take a few residents' homes down, and we've been participating in court on a pretty regular basis, and we hope we would have hoped that would have been resolved by now. Really, at this point, it's in the judicial process, and that's really all I can say about that.
No, that was good. If anyone else has any questions, please type them into the Q&A function, and we'll be happy to facilitate them for Andy and Mark. So
Chief,
Brian, that's about all I have right now.
Thanks. Chief Grimm, I do have a question for recruitment purposes. What can we do in the business community and as a chamber to assist you with that? And if someone did reach out, what's the best way to have them contact you and see if they might be interested?
Thanks, Brian. It's a great question. One of the things that we're working on currently, we're getting ready to launch a recruitment campaign. So I'd be happy to meet with you and try to partner up to try to get it out. We have a lot of incentives that we're working with them with newer members. Obviously, they don't all the training's paid for. We fully understand, especially nowadays, and most parents are working. So we're trying to streamline everything that we can for our volunteers to try to make it easier for them. Like I say, but we just we're doing well, but we're never going to turn down an opportunity to try to get more members into the station. And if they are interested, they just have to contact the main station, or on the website they can send me an email. And we have the process. We've changed our process dramatically. So we typically, the way it's always been, you would just put in an application anywhere, and then you just come and you don't know. We've learned over the years that we typically now it's almost like an interview process. We bring the candidate in, and we let them know up front what our expectations are, and so they know what they're getting into. Because to do your basic essentials, you're just under 100 hours. That's just to get the certification as a basic fireman, and then our requirements are a little steeper from that. So we find that we're trying to do within our means to help them, help us, but also it's just easier to let them know up front what they're getting themselves into.
Excellent. Yes, we'd be happy to help promote that, get the word out. So we'll work on that together. And that actually brings up even an extension of what I was talking about in general for the township, for the business community, for the chamber, and for the residents. What kind of assistance can we provide for either the fire department and or the township itself? Anything you can think of, gentlemen?
I mean, we're thankful for the partnership as it is. I mean, obviously, as we get our events up and running, that, through the Parks Department, anything that Mark's doing, anything along those lines, communication is always the biggest thing, and getting that out. And obviously we have the township newsletter that comes out, 4 times a year. We try to get as much information in that as possible. We're going to partner with a company to do a community map. So that, we're going to get that out hopefully in the next few months. We're talking to some other companies about helping us put up some more digital signs, throughout the township, so that we can get people driving through the major thoroughfares of the township up and just kind of let them know the basic information of what's going on. But, and we try to keep our website as up to date as possible with really major movement throughout the township. But keep us in mind, and we'll keep you in mind.
I have a quick question, Andy. Are your offices open to the public? Is it appointment only?
No, we were appointment only for a few months there in the spring, and we were also, we had the doors locked. But no, we have been open, just because we do have a number of as I mentioned, a lot of residential communities going on. So there's a lot of building permits moving in and out of the township, a lot of zoning permits. I can say one of the fascinating things about 2020 to me was, people certainly weren't using their vacation money to go on vacation, but they were building pools and they were building decks, because I signed an awful lot of pool and deck permits last year. Yeah, I mean, so right now we are asking, tax bills are going out next week. Obviously the sewage authority is here in the township building as well. So I know we try to limit the footprint in the building as much as possible. So we do have drop boxes outside, just for common things like that, like, hey, just paying your tax bills, paying your sewage bills, just drop them in the box. Unless you really need to make an appointment or talk to somebody, you can call the tax collector who's here Monday through Thursday, call the sewage authority. But generally the township office is open to try to answer questions, as they come up.
Good.
Great question. Thanks, Kel. I think that's it. Any closing statements, gentlemen?
Yeah, just thank you again for everything you do. We try to be as open and as transparent as possible here at North Strabane. So if you have a question, give us a call. We appreciate the opportunity to do things like this. It's good to talk to the community. And thank you. And we're looking forward to 21 getting back to normal.
Here, here.
Brian and Kelly, I appreciate the time that we can come on and talk to our residents, and I just kind of echo what the manager said. We're looking forward to getting back to normal, but again, we're always here, and anything that the residents need, we're a phone call away. So anything we can do to help, we'll be glad to help.
Thank you. Well, thanks, gentlemen. We really appreciate your time today for their North Strabane community update. Just a little bit about the chamber. We are open. Kelly and I are fully operational. However, our office is available only by appointment. Email is best to get a hold of us, and that is info@ptcoc.org, or certainly telephone 724-941-6345. Feel free to check out our Facebook page and website. We also have the Facebook group, PT Chamber Community Support. So that's basically, we cover the whole South Hills of Northern Washington County. So if there's something business-wise you would like to put on that group page, you're more than welcome. Just a little note, tomorrow we'll be doing the Bethel Park update. You can check out this and other events at our website at www.ptcoc.org. Thanks again to Mr. Walls, to Chief Grimm, and to our sponsor, Washington Financial Bank, and to all of you. We really appreciate you being with us. Stay well, my friends.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.